we enter the most powerful and exciting part of artificial intelligence, and that is deep learning. This is where machines go beyond basic learning and start understanding patterns the way a human brain does. From recognizing faces to translating languages and even driving cars, deep learning is behind it all. So, in this first lecture, we'll take our very first step into the world of deep neural networks and discover what makes them so incredibly smart. Let's get started. The word deep comes from the idea that the learning happens in many steps or layers. It is called deep because the computer uses more than one step or layer to understand things. Each step looks at the data and tries to find something useful. Then it passes what it finds to the next step. In the end, after going through many steps, the computer understands something big, like recognizing a person's face or translating one language to another. Deep learning is a part of a bigger field called machine learning. But what makes deep learning special is that it can learn on its own without being told how to do everything. Let's take a simple example to make this even clearer. Imagine you want to build a machine that can tell whether a fruit is an apple or a banana. In normal machine learning, you might write rules like if the fruit is red and round, it's probably an apple. But in deep learning, you don't need to write these rules. You just show the machine many pictures of apples and bananas, and it learns the rules on its own by looking at the data again and again. The more pictures you show, the better it gets. You don't need to say what color or shape to look for. The machine figures it out. So, how does the machine do this? It uses something called a neural network. A neural network is a group of connected nodes or neurons that work together to find patterns in the data. This network is called neural because it is designed to work like the human brain, which also uses neurons to think and learn. Each neuron in the network does a small part of the work, like checking the shape, color, or size of the fruit. Then it sends this information to other neurons in the next layer. This keeps happening until the final layer gives the answer, apple or banana. In deep learning, these neural networks are very deep, which means they have many layers. That's why they are called deep neural networks. The first layer takes the raw data, like an image. It passes this data to the next layer, which tries to find small patterns. The next layer finds bigger patterns using the small ones. After many layers, the final one makes a decision. This step by step way of learning helps the machine to understand very complex things. For example, in facial recognition, the first layer might look at lines and edges, the next one at eyes or noses, and the final one at the full face. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that like button if you like my video. Also click on that notification bell. Thank you. Now let's talk about why deep learning is so powerful. One big reason is that it works very well with large amounts of data. In the past, computers had trouble learning from big data, but now, with better hardware and more data available from the internet, deep learning has become very successful. Today, deep learning is used in many real life places. It is used in voice assistants like Siri or Google Assistant to understand what you say. It is used in cars to help them drive on their own. It is used by doctors to find problems in x rays and medical images. It is even used in customer service to answer questions using chatbots. Another great thing about deep learning is that it can keep learning and improving as you give it more data. It doesn't just stop after learning once. You can keep training it by showing new examples, and it will get better over time. This makes it very useful in places where data keeps changing. For example, a deep learning model used by a company to detect fraud can keep learning as fraud techniques change. It adjusts and becomes smarter without needing to rewrite the rules. Now, let's go back to the idea of a neural network. Think of it like a long tunnel with many rooms. In the first room, someone looks at a picture and says, I see red color. This message goes to the next room where someone says, I see something round. In the next room, someone says, red and round might be an apple. Finally, in the last room, someone says, yes, this is an apple. Each room does its job and passes the message. This is how data moves through a deep learning model, step by step, layer by layer. At each step, the computer learns something new. You might be wondering, how does the machine know if its guess was right? That's a great question. In deep learning, there is something called training. During training, the machine looks at the answer after each guess and checks if it was right or wrong. And if it was wrong, it changes how it thinks. It adjusts the strength of the connections between the neurons. This process is called learning, and it happens again and again until the guesses become very accurate. This part is very important and happens through a method called backpropagation, which we'll learn about later. Sometimes people ask, what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Machine learning often needs a human to tell it which features to look for. For example, in normal machine learning, you might tell the program to check the color and size of the fruit. But in deep learning, the program figures that out on its own by looking at the data. Deep learning models can also work better with images, audio, and videos because they are good at finding patterns that are too complex for normal machine learning. One important thing to remember is that deep learning needs a lot of data and time to learn. You cannot expect it to become smart after seeing just 10 pictures. It needs thousands or even millions of examples to get good results. It also needs strong computers called GPUs to do the math quickly. That is why deep learning became more popular recently when powerful computers became cheaper and more data became available. So, this is a simple explanation of deep learning. See you in the next lecture.